Texas Math Mundo audience. Today we have the 2021 UIL Texas State Champion Class 6A in Computer Science, Mr. Zeki Gurbuz from Cypress Woods High School, a proud Wildcat. Zeki Gurbuz, right ahead. Let me take a moment to remind you that if you enjoy this content, please hit the subscription button and the notification bell below. Also, smash that like button and leave a comment. Right ahead, we have Zeki Gurbuz, State Champion Computer Science 6A from Cypress Woods High School. My name is Saul Cantu, and this is Texas Math Mundo. Texas Math Mundo audience. Today we have Zeki Gurbuz in the house, the 2021 Computer Science State Champion Class 6A from Cypress Woods High School, a proud Wildcat. Welcome, Zeki.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Oh, I'm so happy you're here, man. Congratulations on being a state champion. That's such a big deal, buddy.
Yeah, thanks so much. I'm honored to be here.
Oh, absolutely, man. And I look forward to this interview. I kind of want to pick your brain a little bit, okay?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So what are you up to nowadays? How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. At the moment, I'm just enjoying my summer. I just graduated. I was a senior this year, and I guess the next big thing on my mind is college and getting ready for that. So I'm just spending time with family and friends while I can enjoy the summer and getting ready for the future.
Oh man, that's we're going to get into all of that. There's a lot of exciting things happening in your life. I'm so excited for you. This is a very special time, man. So we'll get into some of that. So you're from Cypress Woods High School.
Yes.
And that's in Cypress.
Mm-hmm. Cypress, Texas.
Tell me about Cypress, Texas, and tell me about Cypress Woods High School, the Wildcats. Tell me about those places.
Cypress is great. I've been here for the last maybe 15 years, I guess, since I was 3 years old. And
wow, that's home.
Yeah. It's a great place. I have a lot of friends here, a lot of great people, and as far as my school, it's a great environment. I'm always surrounded by people who are motivated, intelligent, and kind, and I can say the same about my teachers. They're great at engaging and connecting, and a lot of them are at the same time UIL coaches for events that they teach, and it's just great. I have really enjoyed growing up here and studying here.
Oh, that's awesome, Zeki. That's awesome. I've actually stepped inside that school a couple of times because in the past, they've hosted regional meets, and I've got a very good impression of that school. And now you're just confirming all my thoughts about what a positive atmosphere that is at Cypress Woods High School.
Yeah.
Awesome. So congratulations, state champion 2021 in computer science, Class 6A, the biggest division. So tell me about your thoughts about that state meet.
It was super exciting. At the time, I was really nervous, and I had a lot of fun. You know, it was a lot. It was a lot different this year, of course. I mean, that was a given with COVID and all that. But at the same time, it was super fun. It was a really nice chance to get to be with teammates, friends, coaches, and compete and do what I love to do. And I'm really satisfied with how it went and how we performed, and it was a great experience.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I shouldn't just be congratulating you. Not only are you the individual state champion, but I believe Cypress Woods is the state team champion in computer science as well.
Yes. I'm really proud of what we accomplished, my teammates, and I'm just really happy with how we all performed.
Tell me about your practice regimen as a team and you individually. How did y'all prepare this year?
So this year it's been a lot different, of course. Since we're not able to be at school when we're practicing, and we're all connecting through Zoom. Instead, it's been a challenge because, you know, when you're at school and you're working in your like team, you can see each other's code. You're right next to each other. You can like point stuff out with your finger. You know, stuff like the little nuances of being online are challenging. But what we've been doing this year is we've actually introduced a new type of like practice regimen, which is we've been writing some of our own original problems to then give to the people in the club. And after school, once a week, we meet up with the problems that we've created, and people will attempt to solve them, and then we'll go over the problems that were unsolved by some groups and see what we can learn and improve. Because in previous years, what we've done generally is use old UIL problems to prepare, and that's one major difference this year is that we've created our own, and I think that's a nice change. And one other new thing that we've started doing is when we go to these like local UIL style competitions that are hosted by many schools, including ours, we also host one. Generally after that, I'll host a virtual sort of like a discussion where I can share my screen with like an online whiteboard sort of, where I can explain solutions to problems that people were confused about.
Oh, wow. Was that limited to your group or any other individuals around that could join that session?
Oh, that was just for like our school's club. Like it wasn't limited to any certain group.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And as far as like myself, I would say I'm interested in stuff a little beyond UIL. Like I do competitive programming and like Olympiad programming. So,
wow.
For example, like the USA Computing Olympiad. So those types of problems are a bit more like algorithmic and math-based. So when I prepare for those, I sort of passively prepare for UIL because it's similar and, you know, the skills transfer.
But it's all beautiful. Hey, so that's it. So y'all practice pretty consistently, and you all started challenging each other with your own unique problems this year.
Yeah, that's correct.
Well, that's very interesting. That's incredible. That's a great perspective and a great regimen that you shared with me. And it paid off. State champion,
sure.
Team and individual. State champions. That's awesome. So, just kind of curious, you know, I'm actually certified to teach computer science. I'm not that good though, all right? But, so what languages do you feel proficient in?
So, of course, UIL uses the Java language, and that is what I, you know, first started out using. It's the first language I ever learned, and it's what I've used mostly for UIL and all that. But outside of UIL for like online contests and Olympiads, the most popular language is C++. So those are the two big ones I'd say. And then outside of that, some people use Python. Although it's not as popular for like contest programming as those two. But those are the big three.
Wow. So Python, C++, and Java right now seem to dominate the programming world, or at least the complete compatibility. Yeah, awesome. That's all beautiful stuff, man. I can just imagine some of the beautiful problems that you've been able to program out. That's got to be great, Zeki. That's got to be great. Do me a favor, Zeki. I want you to make a shout out to all the coaches that helped you out and all your teammates that made the journey so much more enjoyable.
Sure. So first and foremost, I would like to thank my computer science UIL coach, Mr. Stacey Armstrong. He was the one who first introduced me to programming, and he's always there to motivate us, to sign us up for competitions, show us new opportunities, keep us working hard. He's a huge influence in my journey. And I would also like to thank my teammates, Alexander Wong, Sid Sukshev, and Victor Nguyen, for doing an incredible job, not just this year, but the years past, and for always being team players and being role models for the next generations. And I would like to thank my math coach, and who was my calculus teacher, Mrs. Chang, because she introduced me to a lot of competition math, such as like AMC and AME, which without those, I don't think I would be the programmer I am, because so much math goes into computer science.
Oh, I'm familiar with the AME, I'm familiar with AMC. Yeah. It's just so beautiful. All of it's beautiful. So that's just awesome. The programming. So Stacey Armstrong, he really played a critical point. And Miss Cheng?
Correct, Miss Cheng.
All right, awesome. That's a great shout out to your coaches and to your teammates, man. Great shout out. When you're not engaged in schoolwork or programming, but I'm sure that can pretty much, take a lot of your time. What are your hobbies and interests?
So, lately I've been really into staying active. So almost every day when it's not raining, I'll go outside and play basketball with my friends for a couple hours. I also like to go on runs and do other sorts of exercises. And I think a lot of like physical training is really beneficial for your mental health too, and just makes you more gives you the energy you need to solve things. And apart from that, I like to sometimes I play computer games, like video games with my friends, just your average teenager activities.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I spend a lot of free time doing like computer science outside of school, so that takes up a lot of time. But those are my sort of fun hobbies.
Awesome, yeah. So you stay physically active, you engage in gaming like most of your generation does. You know what I'm saying? That's great. That's awesome. What game, by the way, is Black Ops or whatever? I'm not that familiar with it.
I play a few different games. I play, just your average stuff like Minecraft, and then some different rhythm games. I don't know. They're less popular, but yeah.
Okay. Wow, yeah, that's a your generation thing, man. But that's great. All my students do that stuff. That's good. I might dabble in it eventually. Sounds like so much fun.
Yeah.
So where are you from? Born and raised, and what is your cultural heritage?
So, as I mentioned, I wasn't actually born in Cyprus. I was born in Long Beach, California. But I only lived there for about a year after I was born. And that was just because my dad had a job there at the time. And from there, I moved to North Carolina for a year. And then I ended up in Cyprus, where I spent the majority of my life. But my mom originally is from Wisconsin and has been there for many generations. And my dad actually is from the country of Turkey.
Oh, really?
And he's an immigrant, and he actually met my mother in Wisconsin, where she's from, and from there they've been together ever since. So I have like the American influence as well as Turkish in my mind.
Wow, interesting. Wow, that's a nice, unique mix, man. That's awesome. Awesome.
Certainly.
So when did you realize that you had a talent for mathematics, computer science, logic?
You know, well, when I was little, my dad would often try to teach me different sort of math concepts, logic, stuff like that. And in school, I always felt like I wasn't super challenged, and I wanted to be more accelerated. Like I ended up skipping a grade in math, as some people do.
Yeah.
And so I've always felt like I was, pretty good at math. But as far as programming goes, I would say I only really learned about programming when I was at the end of my 8th grade year. I would go to the high school to take my math class there because I was a year ahead, and my coach, Mr. Armstrong, one day came into our class and was advertising the programming club. So from there, over the summer, I spent a lot of time doing these little programming exercises that were very basic, and it taught me the fundamentals of applying math and logic to programming, and I really enjoyed it. And from there, I was just running with it. I joined the club, and that's really where I started.
So did you go straight up with the line programming, or did you do the blocks beforehand, like the scratch and the all that?
I started out in Java, so I was just
straight up line programming. Wow. Okay. Wow. Well, that's interesting. So was that 8th grade, 9th grade year your introduction to competitive mathematics, computer science?
Yeah. When I was in 9th grade, I joined all these clubs, like the math club, the CS club, and from there, that's where I was exposed to all these competitions, and especially people in the years above me who had already been doing it became some of my closest friends, and they were always motivating me to do better. So that's where I was first exposed to it.
Okay, great, man. So, I have a feeling you're going to be an inspiration to many, state champion 2021 computer science. That's so awesome, Zeki.
Thank you. Thank you.
I want to get, who inspires you and who shaped your value system?
So, as I was saying, there have been people who have gone to my school either before I was there or at the same, that I've heard of, or at the same time as me, just a few years ahead. Just to name a few, Stephen Chang, Anand Iyer, who are really successful at math and really successful with computer science. So I was always thinking I want to be like them. I want to be as good at math as Anand, as good as CS as Stephen, and because of that, I was always spending my freshman year just really, really learning new things. I would go in early to school and just do tests, go home and try to program and stuff like that. And those people were definitely a really big inspiration to me. And I'm still they're still my friends, and I'm still in great contact with them. So they still push me. And as far as who has shaped my values, I would definitely say my parents, because my dad always has these different pieces of advice. Always do a job the right way. Always be honest with yourself. Always be honest with others. And those have all really stuck with me and made me who I am. So that's definitely shaped my values.
Awesome. You're painting such a wonderful picture of the academic environment at Cypress Woods, man. If I'm a parent, I'd be paying attention to that. It's a good academic environment. That's awesome. I got a question. Did you do the UIL math or number sense or calculator or anything like that?
So I have been in the math club, and recently this year I was part of our math team, general mathematics.
Okay.
But Mostly for math, I just do like the AMC or AME style competitions.
Do you have a favorite calculator?
I guess, well, for math, I just use like the TI-84, just like the classic.
Sure.
And for computer science, I rarely ever use a calculator for that because, of course, in the written portion, you're not allowed to use one. And when I'm programming, it's not really like doing an exact calculation. It's more like solving a general problem where you could pass in any number and it would still produce the correct result. So, but definitely the TI-84 if I'm just doing.
Hey, it's a classic. It's good. I like it. Wow. So, how does it feel to be a state champion?
Oh, it feels great. It's a huge accomplishment, for me because ever since my freshman year, when I was seeing all these people who had succeeded before me, I was super determined to be a state champion. And my sophomore year, I was an alternate, so I didn't get to compete. And my junior year, there was no competition. So this year, to finally get the chance to compete at the state level and to win was a great feeling because it's always been a huge goal of mine.
Us mere mortals can only imagine. Man. That's so awesome. I'm so happy for you. If we had a 2020 season, how do you suppose you might have performed?
If there had been a competition, I think I would be in pretty good shape because as the pandemic has really slowed things down, I feel like maybe this year I'm even a bit less sharp on my skills than I was in, say, like the middle of last year before this all started. So I think I would have fared pretty well. I mean, of course, I wouldn't say like, oh, I'd win, of course, or something like that. But
you would have been in there. You were pretty strong last year as well. You would have been very strong. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, I believe that. Believe me. So where will you keep that gold medal?
Well, right now I have a bookshelf over here. You can't really see, but it's sitting on that. I don't know. Maybe I might just keep it there, or I might move it to this on top of this dresser over here with my bulletin board over there. But yeah, it's certainly a nice decoration for my room, and it represents a lot of hard work.
Absolutely, it represents a lot of hard work, and very few of us get to that mountaintop like you did. That's special. It's special, man. I would get a display case. I would spare no expense if I could. That way I could point to it for the rest of my life and say state champion, man. And one day when you have a family, you can always just point to them.
Yeah, for sure.
That's great, man. That's great, Zeki. Awesome. So I'm going to ask, your UIL journey these 4 years, what is it that you value the most about your UIL journey these past years?
So I would say it's sort of a few things, because one thing that I'm really glad that I got out of this is great friends and great relationships with so many people, including my coaches and my teachers. Because without this sort of competition, I don't think I would have met a lot of these people. And it's a really great common interest, and working with them has made our friendship so much stronger. We travel to these local contests. Even during the pandemic, we're having video meetings and talking, and it's just great. And a lot of these people have become my closest friends, and I'm super close with my coaches as well. So that's one thing I really value. And another thing is just all the learning I've done through doing these competitions. Like without these, I would never know as much programming or as much math as I would otherwise, because it's really a big motivator to do good and to perform well and to for your team and for your school and for your family, and it along the way you learn a bunch of stuff even if you're not intending to.
I love those comments. I concur wholeheartedly after spending a career in this. I mean, first of all, you learn the beautiful content. It's just, you learn beautiful stuff. And then I'm glad you mentioned the social aspect too. The going to tournaments, the bonding with your coaches, the bonding with your teammates. Yeah, the social part, the content, it's just such a beautiful journey. I agree, buddy. It's good. Awesome. So, here's the question. So I hope this video is out for a long time and young people come across it. What advice would you offer, say, some young student who comes across this interview?
I would tell them, you're gonna see people who are super motivated and who have succeeded, and if you desire that same success, there's really no easy route. You need to do a lot of work and put in a lot of time and effort, and the earlier you start is definitely the better. And just sort of embrace the grind of it and have fun and use your time wisely to get the most out of your high school experience. And if you win a medal along the way and you're successful, that's great. And if you don't, it's certainly not the end of the world, because the skills you take away are going to help you in life and the connections too. So just have fun and work super hard and do your best.
Great advice, Zeki. Great advice. That's awesome. Awesome. So, do you think you'd ever return? I know at this stage of your life, there's so much unpredictability. Who knows where the wind will blow you? But could you ever imagine yourself returning to UIL, maybe as a mentor, maybe stepping back inside in Cypress Woods High School eventually again? Or do you have any possibility of that?
Well, I'd love to do that. I know a lot of people who have been a part of my school often are always there if I have questions. They're always free to answer if I need advice or if I need help on a problem. So I think I would definitely love to be there in the same way for the people who are going to be going into my school or are sophomore, juniors, freshmen, moving up a grade. And I would love to be a part of the UIL process as well. Maybe one day I could contribute a problem or two to the competition. That would be really neat.
Wow. And I'm sure Mr. Armstrong and Miss Cheng would be happy to have you around, man. They're probably so proud of you. Awesome. So what does the future hold for Zeki Gurbuz, State Champion 2021 Computer Science?
So this fall, I'm going to be going to the University of Texas at Austin.
Wow.
And I'm studying computer science, not surprisingly. I'm going to be part of the Turing Scholars. It's the honors program for CS, and I'm really excited. I've met a bunch of people from the program, and I'm going to be moving in I guess about a month now. It's sooner than I expected, but I'm really excited for that. I'm going to be studying just as hard as I have been, so we'll see where that takes me. And I'll do my best to keep at the same level I've been at.
Hey, well, I'm excited for you. These are some exciting times in your life. And I really believe that you're going to be inheriting, you already have, a digital world where computer science is probably going to play a very prominent role in that marketplace. And so I'm thinking, wow, you're really preparing yourself to meet that future, man. And it's such an exciting time for you, man. I'm very excited for you. Very excited for you. Absolutely. So, Zeki, Do you have any parting words or final thoughts as we conclude this interview?
Well, I just want to say thanks for having me. It's been a great experience. I had a lot of fun. And to the people who are watching, if you're going to be a future competitor or if you're a current competitor, just keep studying hard and do your best and have fun along the way and make lots of good friends for the future. And that's all you can do. Just enjoy your time in high school and make the most of it.
I want to say thank you, Zeki. You're young, but I think you've imparted a lot of wisdom during this interview, man. I really appreciate your willingness to be interviewed, for sharing your perspective, which I think is so valuable. I just want to thank you very sincerely.
Of course, you're welcome.
Hey, I wish you the very best, and good luck at UT, man. Show them how it's done. You farewell, all right?
Bye-bye. Have a nice day.
You too. What a great conversation with Zeki Gurbuz. I really enjoyed it. State champion, Class 6A, proud Cypress Woods High School Wildcat. Computer Science 2021, Zeki Gurbuz. That was so enjoyable. And if you enjoy this sort of content, please take a moment and hit that subscription button and the notification bell. It helps my channel out a lot. Please smash that like button and leave a comment below. I hope to bring many more wonderful things to this channel, and I have many more wonderful things planned. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. My name is Saul Cantu, and this is Texas Math Mundo. Farewell.